Welcome to the Porn Reboot podcast, where you get practical tips to gaining control over your porn or sex addiction. We help ambitious men end their out-of-control sexual behavior with pornography, sex, and masturbation so that you can maximize your life, perform at your potential, and remain in control in the driver's seat, which is where you have to be in order to gain or maintain the success you want in life. I'm your host, J.K. Emezi, certified sex and porn addiction recovery coach. Welcome to the episode. At Porn Reboot, we believe that compulsive sexual behavior needs to be tackled in a holistic way. We address not just your habits, but any traumatic events that have impacted you in your life. We also address co-occurring disorders, addictions, and habits, as well as limiting beliefs. So in order to best serve our clients, we've curated and brought together some of the best professionals in their fields to coach and support you through your reboot journey. In certain episodes, we'll be sharing some excerpts from our coaches' sessions, and I hope that you find these helpful.
So, hey everyone, I got Israel here. He just came off the intensive not too long ago. And brother, thank you for taking the time to just share your experience and your wins as well during the time in the program. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and actually how you came across the Porn Reboot system?
Sure. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I was on Facebook Marketplace. It was just scrolling, and then I saw one of his ads. It's the one where it's a hand. It's like a girl's hand, like reaching out through the screen to like a guy, and then it has the colors of like the Pornhub colors. It's like the orange and then the black.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the hell is this? Started clicking, and got cookied. And then pretty soon, had someone from the Reboot reach out to me. And then that's how everything got started.
Then you got bamboozled with the ad.
They cookied me.
And so that's scary. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. It's the first time I've heard of that ad. So what was going on during that time that kind of led you, what made you click on it? What was going on in your life that pretty much the issue or whatever it is that was going on? What was that?
Sure. Yeah. So I guess we can go all the way back to when I first saw porn. I was around like 8 years old. And I remember one of my friends brought a Playboy magazine. It was from his dad's stash. And that was the first time I ever saw a naked woman. And I'll never forget that time because like I felt so guilty about it. But at the same time, I was like, dang, like, where else could I find something like that? So, that's 8 years old. Fast forward to now, I'm 28 years old.
Yeah.
So there was one point in time in my life where I had committed no more porn or masturbating. And I went 2 years without porn or masturbation. And don't get me wrong, it was hard, but it was definitely doable. But then by the end of that 2-year streak, whatever you want to call it, it was just so much. Yeah, I just fell right back into old habits. So fast forward to when I stumbled across the ad. I think I was definitely lying to myself. I was like, porn's not too big of an issue for me. I've struggled with it in the past, but if I wanted to, I could definitely stop whenever I wanted to. But when I saw the ad, it just drew me in. I was like, dang, what is this? So.
Okay. No, brother, thank you for sharing. Give us some backstory. And so coming into the program, right? What kind of stuck out to you? What was the one thing that was like, whoa, this is different?
Great question. So I started using Net Nanny. This is like back in 2017. And I remember I had like an accountability partner and I was like, you know what? This is finally going to kick this habit. Shocker, it didn't. So I think a lot of it had to do with the onboarding. That's what really not necessarily blew me away, but it was like a punch in the gut to me. What I mean specifically was JK was like, a lot of people when they first come into the program, they have all of these, whether it's practices or beliefs or things that they think they're like, I know it's better. Like, if you knew what was better, this wouldn't be a problem. So what I'm asking you to do, and he didn't say this, but the way I took it was shut up and follow the instructions, use the tools and the resources and do the work.
Nice.
And to me, that's what I needed to hear. Because when I first got onboarded, I was like, I already know about this stuff. I've already tried this stuff. I've been in 12-step programs before. Like I'm the knowledgeable vet who knows so much, realizing that, no, you don't. And I don't have the results that I want. And that was the biggest thing. It was like, if you follow these things, just him like not really guaranteeing, but like promising. He's like, it's gonna make a big difference for you. So
Wow, and I appreciate you sharing that because you're right. We could come in with the attitude of, yeah, I was like, it's like going to a different gym and you're like, yeah, I'm the strongest one here. And then, no, you're not, motherfucker. There's other ones way better than you. It's just being humble, right? It humbles you. It's a really humbling experience to come in like, wow, I don't know it all. And that's okay. That's why I'm here. And what was the one thing that you started implementing right away that was like very effective for you?
the feelings exercise, I still do the feelings exercise today, but yeah, one of my accountability partners, he was a big influence on me for implementing that practice. So yeah, first I'd say the feelings exercise, and then the second thing is really scheduling time throughout the day to meditate. Previously, I was like, I don't know, I just looked at meditation like there's too much going on in my head, and I'm not gonna spend 15 minutes closing my eyes or just like taking deep breaths, It's like this is pointless. But
Right.
once again, I was skeptical, but I had never actually disciplined myself and done it. So it's like I can't really talk shit on it because I haven't tried it. So
Yeah. Nice. So meditation, huh? So, and shout out to your AP. I know who he is. So, in case he's watching.
sure.
And that is great because meditation is something that could seem because you just hear, right? You have your perception about it.
Yeah.
Then once you implement it, you're like, wow, you know what? Even if it's just a little bit like every day, it really builds an awareness that you have to experience it. If someone talks about it, you're like, yeah, cool. But then when you actually experience something like, whoa, I actually feel more present, like you start noticing, it's like Daredevil, man. Started all the senses started coming to you.
That's
But to put it
funny.
in
Yeah.
those terms. Yeah, but yeah, brother. So as a result of that, what has improved in your life? Just having more awareness. What's actually improved in your reboot capital, as we say here?
Biggest thing is focus.
Mhm.
So prior to that, I would allow distractions, yeah, just not being aware of any of that stuff previously. I had journaled in the past. I had tried these different practices, but really, like, after you get some time, or I can only speak for myself, but after I was able to get some time underneath my belt, oh, I haven't watched porn in X amount of time. Not that I was like tracking it. Oh, I hit this mile mark.
Mhm.
But once I got a few months without watching porn, there's like this different kind of clarity where it's like before I'm just stuck in this mode where it's like, oh, I'm not feeling well or I'm stressed. Oh, let me just go watch porn real quick, just 5 minutes, and then I'll get back to work.
Yeah.
Versus, damn, where is this feeling coming from? Why am I feeling stressed? And it's like, oh, it's because I stayed up late 2 days in a row. Oh, it's because I haven't eaten anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's as you say, like Daredevil. It's like I compare it to the Matrix. Everything slows down, and you're just like you're seeing every single like thought or feeling for what it is, rather than just being like a victim to circumstance.
That's good, man. It's like you identify with that, right? And then it's
Yeah,
like, oh, you react. And it's like, whoa, like I didn't know it was just I could just literally sit back and just watch. But it's such a strange concept, right? And it's funny because again, like even for myself, I can relate to you. Like I came in like, yeah, I've been in celebrity recovery, this and that, but I had no idea like there's habits that a person that specifically deals with a compulsive behavior, sexual one, is very different. And it's very beneficial, right? Obviously, it's been a couple of years for me, but it's the constant, like, I feel like at this stage is learning, like really learning and becoming an expert at yourself, right? Is what JK says. And that's a true saying. And brother, what else is going on? What other area of your life has improved as a result?
another one that I had previously closed the door on is relationships.
Mm,
So one big reason was the fear of carrying this addiction into a relationship. Because like, oh, I have to fix this, before I let this leak into a potential spouse. And then what if I get married and we have a kid and then I still have that porn addiction?
yeah.
That fear was definitely there. But I think what's changed a lot is my perspective around that addiction. First off, I'm not an addict.
Hmm.
It's like, and I don't self-identify as one. So it's like changing the way that I see myself, because if I identify as something different, then I'll treat myself as whatever that thing is that I identify with. So it's like if I'm an addict, or if I say that, I
Yeah.
constantly say it's like I'm a recovering addict, then it's like there's a certain belief system attached with that where it's, oh, I'll never kick this habit.
Mm,
And
that's good.
meeting with JK, especially one-on-ones, were a huge game changer for me, because in the middle of my thought, as I'm speaking these things, he'd stop me And he'd be like, notice how you're speaking right now. And it really just jolted me and shook me. And it's, oh, I'm acting really weird right now. I don't want to self-identify this way. I'm going to stop that.
Wow. That's really good, man. That's powerful. And you're right. I agree with that. Like saying I am, right? That's like the ultimate saying.
Yeah.
Like that's what you are. And you're right. It comes with belief systems, certain consciousness, emotions, how God sees you, whatever your beliefs are, right? It's
Yeah.
like all these things, but we don't think about it. We just kind of habitually say it. And then it manifests, right? Like, whoa, it's what I am. And
Yeah.
that's wild, man. That's some crazy awareness. And
Yeah.
it's
Well,
good.
yeah. Shout out to JK once again, because it was like he does not let you get away with that shit. You know what I mean? It's like when you're in the middle of you're like, oh, I'm so terrible, I'm so bad, I need to change. Yo, stop that. Where's this coming from? Let's take a second and really think about it. It's like, oh man, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is all programming, and I can change it. That's the exciting part. I can fix it. I don't have to continue this like downward spiral of shame, 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 guilt, guilt, guilt. I'm never gonna make it. You know?
Yeah, that's good, man. I love this because it hits home for me too. Because I'll catch myself saying shit like that too. Like, and it's like, whoa, our words are really powerful, man. Like, I always tell the brothers, it's like, hey, notice how you're talking, or speak to yourself how you would speak to your friend. Like, would you tell your friend this? Like, no, like, but we're great. We're great at giving advice to others, but we don't take it ourselves sometimes. But that's our human nature. But it's very, once you get to that flow, like you could pump yourself up and like coach yourself, bro. That's how you know, like, oh, I'm feeling good, right? And that's becoming an expert at yourself, man. Literally. So that's fucking awesome. And Israel, anything else you want to say? So I like asking this question even before I end these calls. What would you tell a brother that's like, that guy that's in 12 steps, right? He's like saying,
Yeah.
but I know it, or still clinging on to like their 2-year streak, and just that guy that says I used to bench 315 and doesn't do shit now, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
What would you
no,
tell that living in the past, right? And knowing that they should make a change. What would you tell that brother?
it's gonna sound corny at first, but that there's hope. It's
Mm,
like there really is hope, and that it's not some external source. It's like what the reboot has allowed me to do is to look inside.
mm,
And it's, man, I am good enough. And I have the resources and the tools to create the kind of results that I want for myself. Like
nice.
going back to the whole relationship thing, previously, I was just like, man, I'm never going to get married. I'm I'm this weird pervert, and like, no girl's going to like me, type of thing. When in reality, once again, it's all the programming. So it really depends on how you speak about yourself, and yeah, just your perspective. It's not that simple, but it's like if you follow the resources within the reboot itself, it's more than possible to change your life.
Wow.
And once again, like if I were to try to speak to myself, I'm sure my hard-headed, just personality would doubt it and be like, "No, you're a fucking liar." But in reality, dude, I'm free now.
Yeah.
I no longer have to walk around being like, "Oh, I have this debilitating disease." No, that's not reality. So
Right. Wow. Brother, that's great, man. And thank you for your time and sharing your wisdom. I really love this conversation, brother. And thank you for taking the time. And brothers, thank you for taking the time to listen to us here. Hopefully you found some value and relate it to yourself, and know that, hey, you have that power, right? As you notice, this conversation is within you, man. Stop fucking around. Just take that leap of faith, and hey, it'll work itself out if you're willing, obviously, to implement, more importantly. All right, brothers. See you in the next one.
I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Porn Reboot podcast. I'll speak to you later on in the week. If you found this episode helpful, here are 4 ways I can help you with your out of control sexual behavior for free. The first way is to grab a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men, at elevatedrecovery.org, or visit the link in the description below this episode. The second way is, if you're not sure where to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, if you'd like to spend time with like-minded professionals and business owners who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot Group, on Facebook. There's a link to join in the description below this episode. The third way is, if you need help right now because you have a burning issue, your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally or emotionally, you're about to lose your relationship, You want to live up to your potential, be an authentic man, and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving? Then click on the link in the description below this episode that says free coaching call. And the fourth way is to leave us a 5-star review if you enjoy this podcast, so that we can reach more men who are struggling in silence and bring back the lessons we learn from coaching them to freedom.